Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We split a pair of NBA picks on Sunday, barely missing out on a 2-0 evening, but still doing quite well here over the last 3 days of NBA picks on our game picks, at least going 6-2 in the last 8 picks, and we'll see if we can keep that going here tonight on Monday. 3-game slate. First one, I think we're unleashing one of these teasers, ignoring the first game though for a teaser, and instead looking at the Mavericks and Thunder, as well as the Clippers Blazers game for our teasers. And I like the total for both of these, especially starting off in Mavs Thunder. I've already established that the Dallas Mavericks are very banged up. Darren Williams not going to play in this one likely. J.J. Barea said he's having trouble accelerating. They are going to have a lot of point guard problems, and running their half-court offense is going to be an issue. I think that could lead to them trying to play a little bit more up in pace than they have this whole series. They've started to do that a little bit here over the last couple of games. We know the Thunder here obviously get a little faster when they play at home. They play at a pace of just under 100 possessions per 48 minutes when playing at home during the regular season. In the playoffs, they've also been pretty fast in this one. So teasing down this total from 205.5 to 201.5, I think, and going with the over is a pretty good start to our teaser here in this one. Second leg of the teaser. And coincidentally, the same thing I did a couple of days ago, going with the under here between the Clippers and the Blazers. I think Game 3 we saw the offense bottom out just a little bit, but I think defense will still rule the roost here in Game number 4, especially in a must-win game for both teams. Clippers don't want to be tied heading back home to a crucial Game 5, and the Blazers definitely do not want to be down 3-1 heading back to Los Angeles for Game number 5. I think that means that defense is going to rule here in this one as it did in Game number 3. Clippers did not shoot the ball very well outside of Jamal Crawford and Chris Paul. And while that may continue, I sincerely doubt the Blazers get as much as they got from C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard. One of them is going to go back to slumping a little bit like they did in games 1 and 2. I think we see a very defensive-oriented first half. I think that's going to lead to the under being a pretty good play. Tease it up to 210 as our second leg of the teaser. Now, finally, in that same game, Clippers and the Blazers have a first half total of 103, and if you look at some of their games here over this past season, both playoffs and regular season, only once did these two teams have a combined first half score of over 100 points. Really, defense has ruled in this one, especially here in the last game when the first half score was 40-49. And if you look at the pace between these two teams, whether they play pretty fast during the regular season, but against one another here in the playoffs, the average pace has been about 93 possessions per 48 minutes. That is not going to be enough here, especially in the first half with a first half total of well over 100 points. I think it's much too high, and I think the under here for the first half could be a very good play at 103. Like I mentioned above, I don't think C.J. McCollum is going to have as good of a game. I think the Clippers are going to lock down defensively on him, double team one or both of him and Lillard, and make sure that everyone else but them beat them. They need to control the glass a little bit more. They gave up 21 rebounds to Mason Plumlee. That's not going to happen again either, I don't think. So I think we see another slow-paced style. Lots of defense here in this one. I'm going to take under 103 in the first half. That'll do it for my game picks. Make sure you check out later for my prop betting picks here in the NBA. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.